Once in a while, a headline regarding dowry cases make it to the social media pages, leading to everyone creating posts and putting out their opinions on these stories. But what about tons of such cases that go unreported or remain on the newspaper away from everyone's attention because apparently it could not make it to their social media feeds?
Hey everyone, I am Avneeta Singh and you will find me voicing about the structural, patriarchal and social injustices that even today exploits women. And I also emphasize on the cultural youth challenges. Almost every other day you can find an article regarding a dowry murder. As per the data released on 6th of May 2026 by the National Crime Records Bureau, in 2024 India recorded 5,737 dowry deaths. That translates into 16 women dying every day due to dowry-related violence. And these statistics represent true and unfortunate tragedies. Just a day or two back, I read an article reporting another death due to suicide of a 26-year-old female from Ambernath, Maharashtra. And this is just a minute part of a larger epidemic. Over a recent decade, India has noted more than 17,000 female suicide linked to dowry-related harassment. Dowry system is a social practice where the bride's family transfer wealth, that could be property, jewelry, expensive gifts, etc., to the groom and his family as a condition of marriage. Historically, this custom began to help the bride with an intent to support as she was beginning a new life, but now it has evolved into a highly demanded and commercialized obligation in many cultures, which creates intense and suffocating pressure on the bride and her family. It leads to severe gender discrimination, biases, domestic violence, and abuse from the in-laws when the demands are not met. Until the present day, unfortunately, this practice persists. It continues yet today because it is a deep-rooted patriarchal norm that treats marriages as a commercial transaction. Daughters are viewed through the lens of a financial liability, and that is assumed to put the parents into a cycle of debt and high-interest loans. And it is deeply disturbing that this is not just about the families living in rurals or belonging to an uneducated backgrounds. It is concerning that majority of these women are educated, have stable jobs, and live in the urban parts of the country. And this is not a result of greed alone, but some specific cultural traps and social expectations that forces to keep playing along with whatever goes on. From a very young age, girls are taught to compromise and to adjust in every relation, especially if it is their marriage. And society very conveniently erases the line where a healthy compromise ends and a systematic exploitation begins. When a bride faces abuse or escalating demands from her in-laws, everyone tells her to remain silent because apparently making her marriage work at all costs is very essential. She is taught that the ultimate measure of her worth is her ability to absorb it all. She is told to endure and to swallow the pain because after all, preserving an abusive marriage is more important than her actual breathing self. Secondly, in many households, patriarchy conditions everyone to accept that the husband has the absolute authority and that he can do no wrong. Take his actions for example, even if abusive, he can't be questioned because he has the complete power. And then comes the biggest factor, the fear. Fear of social shame. Daughter being unmarried past the certain age society decided was right for her to get married. Or worse, the wedding being called off last minute. It is treated as a social death sentence for the bride's family. And groom's family, being completely aware, deliberately exploits them by slipping in their extra demands right before the ceremony, clearly aware of the extreme pressure it would put on the bride's family. And no, random hashtags or occasional viral cases are not the solution. To stop this and to protect our future generations, we need a fundamental shift in our cultural values and norms. True changes will only occur when we will encourage financial independence of women and prioritize their higher education than stable careers over their wedding funds. Thank you.